Okay, this is Oakland University. Oakland University, Rochester, Michigan. Yep. And we just pulled out on Squirrel Road, and we are coming up to the main exit, our entrance. And this is on I-70, coming off I-75, coming to the Squirrel. I think this is University Drive. Excuse me, all the bumping. Cars are here. There is the main sign. And here we are coming up to the roundabout. So the roundabout's pretty cool. It was not here when I went to school. We're just going to do the roundabout. So straight ahead is Kresge Library. That was there when I went. I went to school here in the early 80s. This is Hannah Hall. I'm turning right. A lot of engineering in Hannah Hall. It's an old building that's been there. This one here is the Police and Supportive Services. That was here when I was here. This is an addition to Hannah Hall. Engineering, mathematics, and whatnot. This little building here, I don't know what that one was. I think that was maintenance. But anyways, you come down this drive here. And this university started back in 1957, as I recall. And this was Matilda Dodge's estate. And she gave this estate to the state, and the state of Michigan actually ran all this lower parking here, and the university is way up that hill with a lot of buildings. But down here on the lower side, they've got some supportive services and maintenance and all this extra overflow parking, and believe it or not, it all gets used. So they started putting in these roundabouts just like Europe. But anyways, Matilda Dodge, she gave this property to the state, wanting it to be a higher education, maybe even a better education than Michigan State. Should I even say that? But it started out as an ag school, agricultural, I believe. And this roundabout was here when I was going to school here. This is new housing. I forget the name of that building. That and some classrooms, I believe, in that building. There's been a real shortage of housing here. But I think this is like 12 or 1,600 acres continuous, which is just unfreaking believable. So we've got a lot of maintenance down here. And if you get vertigo, this drive probably is not for you. Maybe you just listen to it. So we start to come up here on the back side, which is the south side of the university. The golf courses are on this other side. You can see, I'm going to try to go a little bit. Oh, here's a police officer. We wave to, and we keep going. So here's some parking. The bummer with this parking is this is the parking. Guy wants to drive around me. Defy expectation. There we go. Oakland University. That right there is their new, well, it's been here for 20 years, but that is their new rec center, and it's where the basketball court is. But this is the lower fields. That huge tent there, bubble, is soccer fields and all kinds of sports inside. They've got summer soccer down there. I don't know if you can see it. Baseball diamonds there. This up on the left, we're going to pull into this parking lot. This is Varner. This is Arts and Sciences, but it's also their music and studio is there. Their theater there as well, because they do plays and theater there. And then this Dennis and Prawley Hall, I've had a couple classes here. That's the housing straight ahead in this one. That one, I don't remember what classes I had in here, but you can see for a long distance up on some of these hills, because a little hazy today, but this isn't elevated. This is in Rochester Hills, Michigan, so lots of hills in Rochester Hills. It's kind of a bummer because we used to work out here, you know, as alum. You could work out here, and beautiful, all that glass down there was where all the workout center was. I don't know if it's still there. This is the famous clock tower. Some lady gave $3 million to build this, which was great. Abbott Hall on your left as you come up to the rec center. Abbott Hall, I've been in there many times for classes. Almost took my master's here, but I didn't. This was the main entrance. So when it's cold in Detroit here in Rochester Hills, Michigan, that walk from that parking structure up on this with the hill, oh my gosh, it's freezing. But this was built, and they have the Olympic-sized swimming pool in there and the dive. I think they went from D3 to D1 during the approval and the process of building this. And so their pool, which is fantastic, I've swam in it. I swam for years. They only have a 5-meter board, so they do not have a 10-meter board in, I don't think they've changed it. They have a 3-meter, I don't know, I think they have a 3-meter and a 5-meter board. But that's Elliott Tower. I think it's a nice addition. You can see it from a lot of different places in Oakland University. They put a really nice fountain there. And they hold some events. The fountain is over here behind this construction fence, and you can see that they've got just a lot of grounds here. It's unbelievable. So walking from building to building in freezing cold with wind up here, if you're going to go to school here, you really, I really recommend a warm coat, because anyways, this is Jan and Don O'Dowd. They built that glass building there. Some hated it because it didn't flow with the nature of the school, and then they did this addition there as well. But I like it, for sure. On the left here, this is Pearl Hall, I think. There's some maintenance here, and the coaches come in on the back side of the rec center here. Pearl Hall, house rather, not hall. House. This is also housing. And then you come on this back side here, and let me tell you, the wildlife here is amazing. The deer, I mean, just thousands of deer. So this is kind of connected to the to the Chrysler property, which has a few hundred acres, and their proving ground. I probably won't drive down there, but if you go straight here, you can go to the outdoor facility, the athletic facility. On the left here, they have their soccer fields, which is awesome, and some tennis courts. Maybe I will drive down there. Why not? Let's drive down. So they got all their tennis courts there. There are goalposts up, which is making me incredibly excited, because these goalposts represent football to me, and they never wanted to have a football team here because they wanted to be academic driven, and I think the original owner, Dodge, said, no, I don't want it to be known as a sports school like all the others, like University of Michigan or Michigan State, Central, whatever. So the entrance into the massively large dome, and then you can see way up there some of the buildings. We're real low down here, and so let's drive out of here. But, you know, bless her heart, she gave an incredible place. We're going to see if we can't get down there and show you Meadowbrook Hall. Again, this is going to be a long, heavy vertigo. So some of these trails that are through here, I used to ride bikes through all the time. And the property is just, if you want to go to a school that has a lot of nature and just a lot of land and not in an inner city, although this is a college town, what's interesting about this place is in 1957, I believe my uncle went here at student 157, I think. He's passed away, but that's an amazing thing. My mother took classes here, my wife, me, a couple of my kids. These were here. This is housing, I believe it was when I was here, married couples. So just married, lived in these little, I guess, two-story. I don't know if there's one bedroom. I think there's only one bedroom in those. These are new. These apart student housing. I forget what these are called. Boy, when we come back. Oh yeah, Ann Nicholson student apartments. Okay, so as we go down, we're kind of swinging back to the front of that first circle that we went to. We've got student housing on the left here. When I came here, I would go in there with some of my friends to Hamlin Hall. Man, did it smell. And East Vanderburg. So these were the original two housings right here, these buildings. But then they added in Oakview, which is part of the Honors College. So there's housing and I think classrooms in there as well. When you come around here, this building is the health, the human health building, psychology, I don't know, nursing, whatever else they do in there, but nutrition. So this is the main drag. This is Graham Health Center right there, and they do a lot of health stuff for the students there. Anyways, across the street there is, and this is on Squirrel, there's a brand new Chick-fil-A and a couple other restaurants, Starbucks. So Meadowbrook Music Theater right here, Meadowbrook Music Theater. And it's a very intimate theater. I don't know, seats a few hundred people. And they do plays there all year long, which is really great. I mean, we've gone there for several plays and you know, humorous, drama, whatever. And they have classrooms up there as well. So, and an art gallery. So this is all part on the right, this little drive in here, this is all part of the Common Center. So you can see the clock tower there. And Beer Lake is down here. We're going to see if we can see it. This building right here in the basement is part of the Student Center. And that is where the bookstore is. So the bookstore is all in there. But Beer Lake, people would swim. They would jump off this bridge, and I think the bridge is still there. Maybe it's not. Good gravy. But this is it down here. Is there a bridge? There has to be a bridge. Yeah, there's the bridge. So the bridge is right there, and there's a fountain in there. And so kids, when I was there, I never did it. So a couple fountains there. They would jump off and swim and do their thing. Well, come to find out, there is no fresh water in that water. There is no spring. So I think they posted some signs, no swimming, because I don't know if it's polluted, who knows what. There's some parents and kids, I think orientation is right now, or at least open campus for view. So we're coming back out. This is Wilson Hall on the right there, and that's where the theater is. I don't know if you can see it. You'd have to scroll. I'm driving, and I have this in my hand, so I can't do it. But when they built that building with that two-tone, three-tone orange on it, man, did people get mad. They were like, that is... And it's on the corner of the property to Squirrel and Walton Road. So this massive parking lot, thousands of cars, is completely full. Anyway, student admissions here. The library is coming up. This is North Foundation. That was here. I took some classes in there, a lot of offices in there. North Foundation. The rec center's back there. South Foundation, this building right here. I'm sorry, Oakland Center. And Oakland Center, by the way, is where they have food in there. They have couches. They have meeting center. It's just I think the cafeteria is in there. So this is the original roundabout that I went around, and that was the police building there, and this was Hannah, and then this main grass area right here. There's a walkway that takes you to Kresge Library, which is way down there. And those, I don't know, there's like 8, they were naked statues down there. So Kresge Library, it's 2 or 3 stories, but this South Foundation Hall here is a new building. Again, that used to be 1 story, maybe 2, I think 1 story, and they've now made it 3 with classrooms, and looks great, looks fantastic. They put so much money into this. You know, when they started, back when my uncle was here, there was just literally trailer, center here. Maybe 2 or 3 trailers and a building. I think it's all been torn down, obviously. And then they eventually built these buildings here. These are the originals that are here. But, we're talking, thousands of people work here. And what's crazy is that when I went here in the early 80s, this is that orange building that we're coming up to. Which is the health services. We're gonna take you all the way down to the golf course, 2 golf courses we'll talk about in a minute, as well as the mansion, and that's where Matilda lived, and you can take tours there. But what's interesting is this is definitely a college town. You can tell it's Michigan roads, they're all bumpy. What's really crazy is there's like 20,000+ kids that go here now, which is just phenomenal. So here's Oakview on the left, that's the new one. And then these old ones are Vandenberg and Hanlon, and I'm sure they've redone them, but boy, I'll tell you what, I remember going in there, like I said, and man, it smelled like a basketball shoe. So you come out here in the morning time, this whole place is just full of deer. It's unreal. So they've got their ring road here. We're coming back to the Nicholson, and these are newer. These border Walton Boulevard, which is the main boulevard that goes actually into downtown Rochester, which is a really great place. So these are soccer fields. They're redoing them, which is a huge job. So they've got all their fields up here. And when I went here, we were called the Sales or something like that. See, you can see they're doing summer camps there right now. And for soccer, and then they changed to the Grizzlies, and yes, the Grizzlies is way better than like the Sailors or whatever it's called. So here's a sign, it tells me that I'm going to go down to the estate and the golf center. So this road here, if you zoom in, you can see Walton Boulevard that goes into downtown Rochester. It's a great town. They have very few vacancies, a lot of good restaurants, nightlife, just an old historic town, really a beautiful place. But this is part of the Ring Road, and of course it's only 15, I believe, and I'm going 34, not good, so let's solo up, not a good idea. And this takes us down to an amazing place. I think this is run by a different outfit, but this is the main entrance to the amphitheater. This is called Meadowbrook Amphitheater up there. Oh man, it was open. I should have driven up there. And it's open seating, and they do concerts there, and it's great. So this is a little drive that gets me back to the mansion. And to the left here, they have an outside party that does tree to tree, or whatever that is. It's a zip line kind of a thing. Anyways, this is coming in off Adams Road, and now we're going to the John Dodge house. Matilda owned it, and the golf course. So the original intent, not all presidents lived here, but this little ranch house right here behind these gates is where the president lives, gets free housing. And like I say, some presidents have said, no, we're not staying in that little house. You're going to have to get me a nicer house. So, sorry for the fast move. This is the original Dodge house, which is up there. We're gonna go there in a minute. And then some golf facilities there. These are their original barns. And actually, one of them burnt down. They had 3 huge ones here. And what's interesting, this was a working farm. They had, I'm going to let this guy go around me. This was a working farm. They had, he's not going around me. Yep, he's eventually going around me. They had chickens here. They had, various different, I don't know, milk and, cows, whatever they had here. And they sold their products right here. You could come in here and get your eggs, and it was an amazing place. So we're gonna see way up in the distance. You can see the original, some of the original buildings that are there to the university. So this is the president's home up here, kind of circa 1950s, 1960s, and some artwork. And then this takes you on the back side. This is where all the tour buses go, because the theater is up there, the outside amphitheater. So this takes you down to the house. Oh my goodness, are they going to let me in? If they let me in, this is going to be a treat for you. Guests and drop off. Unbelievable. Oh no, they're not going to let me get in there. There's a truck there, a semi-truck. Anyways, that's the beautiful entrance to the hall, and it's one of the largest historic houses in the country. This is, I don't know, like 80,000 feet, 80 rooms, Meadowbrook Hall and Visitor Center. So this was all built new over the last couple of years. This is 2025. This parking lot was always here. But now you come into this area, and you go into the visitor center here and get your tickets to the house. And boy, that's kind of a bummer that I can't get you. Somebody wants to walk in front of me. That I can't get you there. But this is where the visitor center and these guys don't know what they're doing, but they got a gift shop in here. And if we can maybe take a peek of the house and some of the chimneys, lots of chimneys there, just an incredible place. And then, of course, this is the golf course. Played a lot of golf here, folks. So let's go out this way. We're not going to backtrack. We're forward thinking. So that is the courtyard where their drivers, their chauffeurs, would park all their cars off to the right there, and part of their house, which was amazing. And they've had several concours d'elegance here on the grounds, and so we would come on the backside of that house. What an amazing event that is. So they redid these barns, and now they're operational with I don't know, classes or what they do. This is where they house all of their golf carts, and this is the golf center, and played a lot of golf. So we've got guys on the driving range up here, and this is a golf pavilion there, and there's a restaurant in here, a couple restaurants, and bag drop off, blah blah blah. But so what's unbelievable about these golf courses, and this is the original Dodge Mansion, by the way, and there's offices in there, John Dodge House. So lots of parking, old barns and buildings everywhere. I mean, what's amazing is there's just so many little, like this little knoll right here. This isn't just a little knoll. This is a cellar right here, 1918, little cellar, which is incredible. So what did they put in there? I don't know. Jesus, who knows? But what's amazing about this place, I don't know if you can see some of that, as you go golf those hills, you can just see for miles. And the original course is, of course, Khaki Cousins, which it's extremely hard. But when I came here, when I golfed here in the early 80s as a student, none of this was here. I mean, these old barns were certainly here, yes. But what's interesting is you would just play golf, and there would be apples and blueberries along the course, and you just eat apples off the trees and the wild blueberries. It was just so surreal, and so many deer and coyotes and foxes, everything that you could imagine. So this is the one side of the university. Again, so much land, and you can join the courses. They are kind of public-private, but you can become a member and golf. As an alum, I don't think you have. That's the parking there. So we're going to go down this way, which is Adams Road, which is, oh, the light's out. That's always interesting. So we're going to go down this way, and we have some original housing. This is some of the housing here. I guess these were workers, but now they are fraternity sorority houses on the other side of the road. And the original pool was tucked in there. You could still see the pool when I went to school here. Matter of fact, I think it was operational as a membership, but then, I don't know, fell in disrepair. But we're on Adams Road going south, so this is not Khaki on this side. This is the Scharf right in here. So the Scharf is here. We're coming up to Avon, going south, and the original entrance to the mansion a long time ago, I mean, when they built this thing, was right here. That's the original entrance right there. It's the same look. And of course, golf courses. What's so amazing, what I wanted to tell you about these courses, is there's no housing on it. There's zero university on it, and there's no homes on it from individuals. So now we're on Butler Road. We're going to turn on Butler Road. This is still their property. And I don't know how much property they owned around the whole place, but this is some of their gardens. This is their laboratory and agricultural centers. They do research here. I think it might be tied in with Oakland University. I'm sorry, Michigan State University. And the back side of this, there's a car behind me again. So we're gonna kind of cruise down here. This is Butler. This takes you into the backside of the Chrysler property. But you can see there's just so much land. But what's amazing again about these courses is they make you just feel like you're up north somewhere golfing. Just cut out of the woods. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. You see some of the university. You can see some of the developments on the other side of the road occasionally. But this is a maintenance facility here. But this is all their property on the back side. And I know this is a long video, but this is the full drive around. So to get the full drive around, it's going to take a little while, because like I said, 1,600 acres, what is that, 5 square miles? I mean, that's phenomenal. So this is all part of the golf. That's the halfway house that's right there. And, when you know it, the road closed. I'm no longer going to be able... I can't get you through to the other side. The road is closed. They got it completely ripped up. Nope. It ain't happening. Road closed. Well, guess what, guys? That kind of concludes this. When it says road closed, it concludes the video right there. But Oakland University, what an amazing university. There is so much going on with it. There is, if you want a school that is, yes, it's a public school. If you want to go private, go private. If you want something larger in Michigan, go Oakland University. If you want something smaller, there's an intimacy about it, but there's also so much going. It's a very active school. And just having this type of continuous land together, there's some golfers right there, having this kind of land here. So if you love the outdoors, if you like to cross country, if you want to run, ride your bike, just go out, do whatever, by far, this is an amazing place. Here's the backside. I don't know if I can show you the halfway house. Right up in there. That's for the sheriff. But if you're a golfer, let me tell you, this will make you cry. This is not an easy course. I've played from the tips so much. And, it's 7,000 plus yards cut into the woods if you are not, spot on your game. So nice couple developments around, so it's not anything around anything that is marginal. It's a generally safe area. It is not connected to, any city or possibly an inner city, thought that, this might be, let's be honest, you go to school in New York City, it's connected to everything. So the subway to all the city life. And if that's what you're looking for, that's what you're looking for. This is a shameless plug for Oakland University. So hopefully you guys, I'm coming back out Butler here. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. It was very long and a little bit of history. But the programs are deep. The master's work and the doctoral work is still going on and even expanding, and I think you'll like it. So look it up. Oakland University, back to the Agricultural Center. We're coming back to Adams Road, and we're going to go north and head up into downtown Rochester. I'll show you guys downtown Rochester. So if you want to see downtown Rochester, come back and you shall see it.